Hello, everyone. Today I'm happy to announce that I have completed a theoretical analysis of Matteo Carcassi's Opus 60, the 25 progressive and melodic etudes for guitar. You can download the PDF for free on my website, and you can also listen to my recordings of all 25 etudes on my YouTube channel. The links for everything are in the video description here, so check it out. I've always personally found music theory to be extraordinarily interesting and helpful for a variety of reasons, and so I hope that reading my analysis of the pieces will benefit guitar players and teachers and help other people to have a deeper appreciation of these excellent classical guitar compositions. The way I think of it, learning music theory is kind of like learning the language of music. Let's say, imagine you're an actor and you had to speak a few words that aren't in a language that you've ever spoken before. Let's say you decide to get a phonetic pronunciation guide of the words, and you get a teacher to demonstrate the pronunciation to you and to coach you on it. So basically, you memorize a sequence of movements of your lips and your tongue, and maybe you also ask the director, what sort of emotion am I supposed to display when I'm reciting these words? And imagine that that's all that you did to prepare for your speech. Like, imagine you never looked up a translation of the meaning of the words that you're saying. And this would seem pretty silly. Like, obviously you could probably speak the words better as an actor if you knew the meaning of the words that you were saying. But really, this is kind of what it's like if you're a guitarist who's performing music, but you don't know any music theory. Like learning a piece is kind of like, oh, I put this finger here and count to 2, and then I put this other finger here and count to 3, and then the score says I make a slightly louder sound with this finger, and you just learn a piece like that, but you don't really know like what the composition is actually saying in the language of music, so to speak. So if you understand the theory behind a composition and you have developed your musicianship and your oral understanding of music, it feels a lot more natural to learn and perform a piece. You'll understand the meaning of every note that you're playing and its function and its context. You'll also be able to memorize a piece much more quickly and much more securely after you've analyzed it. Like, I personally find this for myself to be true, like every single time. Like, every time I analyze a piece, it just sticks in my brain so much better. Theory is also extremely useful for helping you to compose, arrange, or improvise music. You'll systematically understand all of the tools that are available to you, and you'll know how to make sounds that you want to make, and you don't have to rely on random experimentation or just sort of saying like, well, I guess that feels right, or studying music theory will also, believe it or not, change the way that you listen to music, which might be surprising. I was surprised myself when I studied theory and discovered this. I remember reaching a certain point in my musical studies where I said to myself, like, wow, like I know how to listen to a symphony now. And before, I really didn't know what I was actually hearing. It just sounded like a random sequence of pretty sounds. And now I actually know like the function and the form, and it became so much more fascinating when there was this more intimate understanding of what's actually going on in the structure and the function of the music. I know that every human is unique, and so depending on who you are and what your goals are, maybe studying music theory isn't exactly necessary or totally right for you. It's a very mathematical, logical, conceptual, intellectual kind of subject. Some musicians are able to understand music from a more intuitive method of learning that involves listening and memorizing and feeling, and some people can reach really high levels of musical abilities through methods like that. And so I understand and respect the validity of different approaches to learning and making music. But if you've never studied theory before, I would definitely recommend giving it a try if it sounds interesting. If you're very nerdy and studious like me, you might become extremely interested in it and have a lot of fun analyzing pieces. I do think it's quite fun to do. So anyways, I hope that gives you some healthy food for thought, and I hope to finish more analyses of classical guitar pieces to share with you in the future. So have a good day, and bye for now.